You know, we are surrounded by many desiring neighbors, if I may say. Countries that, first of all, some of them have had a bit of difficulties like we have had here before politically, but we are also really a kind of epicenter of the African continent. Assuming our neighbors can become politically stable and the economies are properly managed, as we speak today, Uganda would be the best place to place their investment so that they can spring from here, go into markets in DR Congo, go to southern Sudan, spread back to Kenya, go down to south to Tanzania, on each side, Rwanda. We can go to Burundi.
We have been open since 1987, 88. Our economic policies have been possibly the most liberal in the African continent, and we have been followed by our colleagues in the East African community. Now we have a bigger market. Our policies remain open. The government is doing the infrastructure, so the government is doing the roads. The government is committed to doing the railways. The government of Uganda is going to start the standard gauge railway from Malaba to Juba in South Sudan.
I'm one of those who believes that when an investor comes in this country, one, give them free land. Two, I'm one of those who wants to give investors tax holidays. And that's exactly what Dubai did. They gave them free land, they gave them tax holidays, they gave them all other incentives. People are going to say, oh, but you see, we have this incentive, that incentive. No. Even our neighbors here in Kenya, they have done that.
Kampala was like a transit city. People go through because they have to go through to go to the national parks, the source of the Nile, because they happen to have businesses in Uganda, so they have to be there. But what we've been working on is to make Kampala a desirable destination for visitors, for investors, and for people in Uganda. There are people who had stopped coming to Kampala because of the chaos and the mess and the bad roads and all that. So what we've done is to turn that round and begin to see people wanting to come to Uganda, wanting to invest in Uganda, wanting to visit Uganda and come to Kampala as part of that.
That you used to think Uganda was a landlocked country. It is not. It's a land-linked country. So being a land-linked country, it means we are linked to neighboring countries by land. It means we are linked to neighboring countries by inland water. And so if you put infrastructure like rail, which Uganda is now doing, and you revive water transport on Lake Victoria, Lake Albert, River Nile, you will be exposed to a huge market in East and Central Africa. Uganda is a very innovative country in addition to being entrepreneurial. And right now, Africa's first electric car was made in Uganda by students of Makerere University. And government has gone full scale to commercialize that with the expectation that by 2018, Uganda will roll its first car manufactured in Uganda.
There's an extraordinary misperception of Africa in this country. I'm not saying that some of the negative stories aren't accurate, but the fact is that they probably represent about 1% of what's really going on in Africa. What's really happening in Africa is being missed by the media in this country. There's no doubt about that.
So Uganda has some unique areas that it offers investors, but with the motive of profit in all of these niche sectors which are not available in our neighboring countries.
Being entrepreneurial is one benefit that we have as Ugandans, but the next that we need to do is to be able to sustain those developments. What we really want to change is the perception of Ugandans themselves. They, the Ugandans, must be able to believe in themselves that they can take their economy from where it is to a better level. That confidence, to build it in the local people, is important. But also, we must support those who are already investing.
We've had a country that has enjoyed macroeconomic stability for about 30 years now. We have a very strong financial sector. We've had low and stable inflation for over 20 years. I think that for somebody trying to do business, that is the core. That's what you're looking for, that you can invest in a country and over time your investment is sustained, the value of your investment is sustained. But I'll tell you what, we also have a very strong, well-regulated financial sector. We care about the value of your money. We're here to keep inflation low and stable, and we shall do that. We care about the safety of your money. We're here to regulate financial institutions and make sure that nothing is going to disrupt your capacity to fulfill your aspirations.
As a tax collector, I can't run away from this question. What happens to our money? They are wasting it. How are they using our money? Granted, some money might fall through the cracks here and there, but if you look at where it is going, where the big amounts are going today, they are financing things that will be of lasting value to Ugandans. We are talking roads, we are talking bridges and dams, we are talking about the kind of thing that your son and your son's sons will see and say, well, my dad, my grandfather, they did something for this nation. Now, the only way we can pay for this kind of thing is through, we'll talk about PPPs, but at the end of the day, we've still got to pay these people who bring in the money for the investment. And right now, the single biggest source of this revenue is taxation. Investment comes in two ways. You invest in your own private enterprise, but you also invest in public enterprise. And public enterprise, you invest in that through taxation. That's the short and tall of it.
Another reason to definitely invest in Uganda lies 280 kilometers southwest of Kampala. Mbarara is Uganda's second largest town, the country's fastest growing town, and now very well developed in terms of importance, industry, and infrastructure.
As the UIA was being developed, a number of theories were put on the table. If we can provide the roads, provide the water, provide the electricity, have these plots well parceled out, and give priority to the selected areas that we have in mind. For example, metro processing, for example, hotels, ICT, and for those, we actually give those lands or those plots free.
On the outskirts of Mbarara, the Uganda Investment Authority has established a 12-acre industrial and business park to cater to those small and medium-sized enterprises within the Mbarara vicinity.
If only I could achieve a significant number of people going to work in the morning in those industrial parks, then I know we'll have created the environment for creation of jobs. To me, that's significant. If only people can say, Sebo was here and contributed towards that industrial park, the development of that industrial park, especially in Namamve, I would be a happy person.
Uganda's main industrial and business park is located at Namamve, 11 kilometers east of Kampala.
My dream for this place is that in another year, at 5 p.m., there will be thousands, literally thousands of Ugandans coming out of factories, coming out of businesses established in this industrial park.
This 2,200-acre facility is fully functional with a road network, water outlets, and electricity.
3 years ago, this was a bush. Right now, as we talk, you can see the industry is coming up. Both international on the other side, such as Coca-Cola, Toyota, and so on, but also local ones. On this side, we have Chagaranyi and so on. To me, this is a dream of a lifetime. What we really need is to increase or to persuade our political leadership, our technical leaders, that if we invest in a quicker development of the infrastructure, if we can improve and do it quickly, there will be more businesses coming to this place to invest. And when they invest, that's how jobs are created. When jobs are created, that's how taxes are created.
With more than 200 investors already allocated land in the park, the Uganda Investment Authority is also developing the Luzira Industrial Park, a 70-acre facility, and the 45-acre industrial estate located at Buyogedede, about 10 kilometers northeast of Kampala.
I believe that this organization, which I head, is at the center of developing our economy, is at the center of attracting investors, both local, the domestic investors, and the international investors. The international investors specifically because they have the technology, which we don't have, and of course they have the experience.
We have massive resources, and that's what I employ entrepreneurs to take advantage of because of our resources. Be it agriculture, water, our tourism, our hotels. There are too many resources. You can't finish them.
I always tell people tourism, you're not just selling a product, you're selling an experience. And obviously with that comes the requisite skills. And so that's also another thing that is an opportunity for people to invest in. The skill side of how do we train qualified hospitality tourism employees, catering and service, how you manage a tourism business. So all that presents, I think, very unique opportunities in terms of, where tourism can go in the region and business generally in the region.
I've also learned along that the business people, in order to go to the next level, should incorporate tax planning. Because if you don't tax plan, it will come and hit you very hard.
I think the East African community is a real thing now, as everyone can see. You're talking about 140 million people, that's a real market, and that's a real opportunity. So yeah, I think that's a good business case and a rationale for why people should come to this part of the world.
I've had a chance to travel this world. Our climate certainly is not in many places. Now you look at water, for example. I've had some friends coming from South Africa and they could not believe that you can have so much water so freely available. Our natural features, our location, and fundamentally peace and stability.
finally, oil is coming on the stream. I was with the Minister of Energy yesterday. It's another big resource that is going to boost this economy. So a person who wants to be strategic, Uganda is the place to put money, investment, because incomes, we are serious on turning this country into a middle income country by 2040, if you have read about our vision 2040. Now, when people, the incomes are growing up and you are becoming a middle income, the demand for good things in life is going to increase. So even Uganda itself, I see a very attractive market for business people in another 10, 20 years.
First and foremost, we must improve the business environment for the local investors. After that, we need to work on foreign investors to come and invest meaningfully within the country.
And to Ugandans in the diaspora, I want to say thank you. Thank you, because with your remittances that you send to your families, a lot is able to take place in Uganda. Some of you have even gone as far as contributing through foreign direct investment. So thank you.
My closing remarks are this, that to all potential investors who are out there, I've always said, if you came to Uganda yesterday, I'm talking figuratively, I think you're a bit too early. Now, if you wait to have all the parameters in place and then say, okay, I think I'm going to go to Uganda and invest, it may be late. So the time to invest in Uganda actually is right now.